All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. ish West Coast time. I'm going to call it 8 p.m. East Coast time. Boy, I screwed that up. All right, let's try that all over again. I've said this so many times and all right, let's try this. Yes. Hey guys, it's 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I'm Matt Statter, and all right, this is how the show is going to go today, I see. But a little bit of a rough start on my behalf, huge running start on our behalf. We've got a hype train already. I don't even know how it started because I'm still at the top of the chat saying hello to saying hello to Shock. Let's see who else is here, because I'm sure there's plenty. All right, we've got Darlene in the house, Terry in Scotland, rating with a party of 3. Thank you so much, Terry. I am going to guess that, let's see here, Katie's Aura came in with that there, Terry raid. Let's see who else. We've got E.T. Guerrero, good to see you. We've got Shock again, telling everybody to like the stream. Panel coming in with that raid as well. Rick, there we go. That's where our sub came from. Rick probably started off that their hype train with his 41-month substitutioners. And let's see here, what else do we got? Okay, we've got some snow shoveling and snow blowing over there in the Wisconsin. Got Mama Sean coming in the Arizonas. I'm gonna guess not a lot of snow for Mama Sean. And let's see here, we've got Darlene, we've got Shock, we've got E.T., we've got Rick, we've got Mama Sean, and we've got Penel, and Ashes is trying to say hi to you, Penel, but she's a little bit camera shy, and that's exactly right, Rick. Does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? But anyway, let's see here. You have no audio, says Terry in Scotland, but you do now. But you know what you don't have? You don't have background music, because I did not have the background music on. But now I do. And all right, so let's see here. E.T. Guerrero, you're knitting and listening. That sounds like a plan. Terry in Scotland with the biddies. That might have been part of that their hop train that we are getting all the things here. And Penel bragging, snow here, but no need for shovel for you. That's good. All right, Cola T, good Thursday morning. Just docked in sunny, hold on. Hambantota, Sri Lanka. Very boring, looks like Port of Long Beach, but without any city around it. All right, good to know. I'll take your word for it, Pocola T, and I won't go to that part of Sri Lanka. It's boring. Oh gosh, world traveler right there. And let's see here. All right, so I think I got down to the bottom of everything. And Terry hit the 38 sub mark today too. Oh, cool. Good. Thank you for showing me that. I didn't see that on the thing. And I've got my things all, I thought I got my things all thinged up. Let's see here. There's Brett. Oh, 39 months in a row. You're right. I totally scrolled right past that, because I think I was worried about the 3 raiders and I didn't pay attention to the subs. That's how that there hype train got hyped up. I think we're on level 2, y'all. Thank you so much. And by the way, I want to thank everybody who is subbing, resubbing, gift subbing, throwing down biddies, etc., both online and in the Secret Squirrel PayPal account. There are a couple people who like to sneak in a little bit of dollars to the PayPal account, and that is definitely something that is more than appreciated. Sometimes that money goes to things that you would never anticipate. Things like, I'm looking in the direction of one of the things, God help us if we run out of can of cat food. One day without one can of cat food. It's not like they don't have dry food, but if we go one day without their expected fancy feast can, there is heck to pay. There is flying forkin' heck to pay. Heckin' heck to pay, in fact. So, yes, sometimes those donations keep the heck off. Yes, they do. Exactly. broken routine. Poor wee kitties. Exactly. Yes, so, speaking of poor wee kitties, I think I might have to do something. Can I trick them with dry food and some hot water? Oh no, Rick. The only thing that will satisfy them at that point is tuna water and a little bit of tuna fish. They will let me live if I give them a smidgen of like actual tuna. Although, so I did, I think I mentioned it to all y'all. I did try some canned corned beef, because Andre did gift canned corned beef, and yeah, you guys didn't get to see it on the stream, and that's okay. You didn't need to see what you, anyway. I tried some corned beef, pretty gross, canned corned beef, not gonna ever eat that again, but I still have another can of corned beef. So I wonder if next time I, need an emergency, I wonder if perhaps the cats will eat the corned beef, but Shock's coming in, the cats won't touch it. The cats will not touch the canned corned beef. Okay, it sounds like we might have experience with that. And Pinnell, Tareen likes her fancy feast, or to be followed with it until she says, not that stuff again. Right, exactly. At least though you're following a routine, Pinnell. You're bugging her with the stuff, and then exactly. And yeah, and Fancy Feast, my cats actually prefer just the regular old-fashioned pate Fancy Feast, none of the chunkies, none of the grilleds, none of the gravies, none of the whatever. They're quite simple in that way, but they're also quite demanding in that way. And so, Terry in Scotland, yeah, Fancy Feast is really good on toast. Okay. I'll tell you what, Terry, I can appreciate what you're saying in that regard as a joke. But, actually, I have seen, there's a brand of cat food called Tiki Cat. And their little cans, seriously, you guys, when you open the cans up, it's like, if it's shrimp and rice, like if that's what the cat food says on it, you are literally opening up a can of rice in some sort of broth with chunks of shrimp. I feel like I could eat what is in there. I mean, it is chunks of meat. It's like, oh look, that's the mackerel. Oh look, that's the tuna. Oh look, that's the shrimp. Oh look, that's the rice. Like, it looks like... Okay, first off, I've never had it. And it's too expensive to even think about eating it, actually, as a human food. But seriously, if I had to eat cat food, I would go for it. If someone said you have to eat cat food, I would go buy the brand Tiki Cat every day. Because it looks like food you would eat, even without toast. And let's see here, Darlene, picky kitties, but then my doggies were somewhat picky with some of their eating too. Exactly. And Bacola Tea, yeah, canned corned beef is locked up in Hawaii stores. A grocery clerk has to unlock the cabinet if you want to purchase, as if they're high-value razors or something. Oh my god, dude, that is just awful. Oh my... I know that some people really love it, and I guess, you know, some people must think that locking up Spam is just as pointless as locking up canned corned beef, because who likes Spam? But you and I know that Spam is delicious and everybody should like Spam. But canned corned beef, on the other hand, ugh, who likes canned corned beef? I know a lot of people like it, but no. They can have it. Here's the deal. Anybody who likes canned corned beef, come sit next to me if we're being served it. You will have a double portion. I will not mock you for eating it. I will thank you for eating it, okay? I will thank you. Sapsui noodle dish. I bought some to actually try the recipe. Ladies in Hawaii grocery store here told me about it. Yeah, you know, Mama Sean, in theory, I could see the logic. Like, I was really open to the idea, but it ends up when you cook it being really greasy. I mean, like, really greasy. And there's like a weird ketchup taste to it. At least the brand that I tried. And then there's pieces of animal in it that, like, unlike Tiki Cat, which looks like, oh, humans should be eating this, there is some pieces of valve or stuff, I don't really know what it was, that were in that canned corned beef that was like, am I the one that's supposed to be eating that? Are you sure that this is what's supposed to be in there? So, you know, there is that. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland, you found this from, wait, oh, you did find this. Okay, so apparently Terry in Scotland knows where I work. And yes, indeedly do. That is what you found on our website. That is absolutely 100%. And Pinnell, your mom always made corned beef from scratch. I'm guessing that she didn't can it. In fact, I can only assume that corned beef is homemade, is a completely different animal than what comes in a can, right? I mean, I just don't. And Picola T, you met a Hilo lady when you were in Bali. She was craving her island-style fave, or canned corned beef fried up with onions. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And yes, Terry, that is also what I do. I heads up the accounts payable and accounts receivable departments, in addition to running payroll and providing basic QuickBooks support for clients. That is true. And then I also manage many off-site tax preparers who do their taxes out of their home instead of the office. And that is what I do. I am the tax statter. Yes, not just the map statter, not just the mad statter. I am the tax statter. And right now, because it is tax season, I am going a little bit mad. I mean, a little bit more mad than usual. Yes. And Pinnell, I had never had canned corned beef until a few months ago. And I looked up a bunch of different recipes. And I thought, well, okay, I don't know how to make a lot of Samoan foods, so I was like, maybe I'll just like stick with a canned corned beef recipe that's more culturally familiar to me, which was shepherd's pie made with canned corned beef. Yeah, don't know, no and don't. Yeah, don't know, no and don't. Yeah, don't know, no and don't. Yep, don't know, no and don't. So, yeah, don't. No. Did I mention and don't? Mm-hmm. And Andre, Oxen Palm goes for a good bit of money. It good what the Samoans eat. They sell it by the case in the Samoan Poly Market. It runs out about $7 or $8 a can. Yeah, and I think it was the Oxen the Palm that I tried, and it was not... I just couldn't... And thank you, Andre, for sending it my way and gifting it me to try, but yeah, no, it's not, it's definitely not to my liking. And let's see here. Oh, E.T. lame, you're only hearing a couple words and silence and two more. Yeah, I'm sorry, your sound is so glitchy. That is so weird. And Katie Zora, you won't eat canned foods. I don't eat a lot of canned foods, but I will say canned beans, canned tuna, and canned chili peppers. I eat those. But generally, like when it comes to soup or vegetables or whatever, yeah, I don't do a lot of canned stuff. But I definitely have been known to pull out a can of refried beans or a can of ranch style beans. I had that actually, and I also have cans of Rotel, which is, for those of you who don't know what Rotel is chopped up tomatoes and onions and peppers in a can. So I do have some canned stuff, but, and Pinnell, Raincoast canned salmon is good. I have no doubt in my mind that it is. Quite honestly, it's never occurred to me to eat canned salmon. Living where I live, it truly just doesn't occur to me to eat canned salmon, ever. I really enjoy canned tuna. Don't know why it doesn't cross my mind to buy canned salmon. But here I am. No clue. Didn't even occur to me. And let's see here. Let's see here. Sounds like Devin in the house. Good to see you. But oh, one kombucha cold, sniffle cough. You're better than yesterday though. Well, that is good. That is very, very good. Hey, Pinnell, I don't expect you to know this off the top of your head, but I'm going to ask anyway. Rain Coast, I'm going to assume Rain Coast is a Canadian company. I'm going to also assume it's either from Vancouver Island or the Vancouver area, British Columbia. Am I correct? And if I'm not correct, where is it from? My next choice would be somewhere in Washington State, given the Rain Coast moniker. And let's see here. Yes, Rotel plus Velveeta melted into a gooey goodness. I'd eat an entire bowl with chips if you let me. Oh, absolutely. That is so funny you should mention that, Quility, because I actually, a couple weeks ago, was totally in the mood for just that. And I'd had a block of Velveeta in my storage cabinet, my emergency pantry for a while, and so I was like, oh, I'll dig out the Velveeta. The Velveeta apparently had a hole in the little foil wrapper, so the Velveeta had gone bad. I can't tell you how disappointed I was that I wasn't able to have my white trash cheese dip, because Velveeta with Rotel is called white trash cheese dip in my world, and I couldn't have it. And it just stopped. And let's see here, hold on. Wild Caught Salmon, says Pinnell, BC brand. Yeah, I kind of figured no water or oil added. Yeah, no, that does sound like a good product for sure. I'll have to look for that. Or American equivalent. And let's see here. Devin, you've been informed that kombucha does work with cold. Pigeon Police stopped by just to make sure. Right, of course. And let's see here. Thomas the Turtle. That's who I was like, somebody just came in that I wanted to say hello to. Thomas the Turtle, that's it. And let's see here. Andre, you feel better. Tried to go to work and turned around and said, I need at least another day at least. Yeah. Sometimes when you're sick like that, you feel like, yeah, I'm good. Ooh, nope, never mind. I'm not quite good enough. That is exactly it. Let's see here. Darlene, I bought wild caught canned salmon. Usually I make salmon patties out of it. Works good, pretty yummy. Oh, I don't doubt that, Darlene. Salmon patties are flippin' delicious. And, oh no, you ran out of meat, so you made a kimchi sandwich. You realized this was a mistake when you woke up and ran to the bathroom. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have made a kimchi sandwich. I just would have made some kimchi and rice, right? And let's see here. What do you call a chip that breaks off in the Velveeta Rotel? A sinking chip. That's exactly it. And Terry in Scotland, hook and line caught tuna in spring water is what I go with. Honestly, I usually buy stuff in the usually buy the tuna in water, but I did have some homemade canned tuna, and they canned it in oil, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Ooh. Oh, tuna canned it. Well, maybe it's the homemade tuna. Whatever. The homemade canned tuna in oil was next level delicious. I didn't realize that tuna out of the can could taste so good. I suddenly understood why canned in the oil was what some people preferred and bought. If you've not tried canned in oil tuna, I definitely encourage you to give it a whirl. Yeah, Picola oil packed tuna tastes way better. Yeah, it really does. I grew up on water pack, so I really knew not what I was missing. And for the most part, I still do the water pack because the oil pack seems a little excessive. But oh, if you want to just eat it straight out of the can or on a chip or whatever without putting mayonnaise on it, and just oh my, you must try tuna in oil. And let's see here, Devin, your mom would always put Velveeta in her authentic enchiladas. Well, you know what, hun? They might not have been that authentic, but Velveeta melts like nobody's business. That's why, you know, why does your cheese sauce at home that's homemade taste different than the homemade cheese sauce that they make in the restaurants? Because no matter how fancy that cheese sauce is that they make in the restaurants, no matter how many kinds of cheese is in it, and I'm sure there's more than one of those kinds of cheeses is a little bit of Velveeta. Because this, I think it's sodium citrate. The sodium citrate in the Velveeta, also in Provel, is what, and American, is what makes the smooth texture of the creaminess. It retains the creaminess in the cheese sauce when the cheese melts. Because oftentimes, things like cheddar, you'll notice, it'll melt and it'll separate into oil and solids. And that doesn't make for a good cheese sauce. So you need to have something to keep it emulsified. And that's where the sodium citrate, I think. I don't know if it's citrate, whatever. I don't know. It's sodium something. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. We were actually going to do a segment about it on this stream, but I didn't get around to it. Anyway, it is what makes smooth, creamy, cheesy sauce delicious. And let's see here. There we go. Mariana, I thought I saw you come in and I did not say hello. Good to see you, Mariana. And let's see here. Devin, what brands of tuna are you guys using? You use Genova. You know what? I'm going to answer your question. So, hold on. I'm going to answer your question, but I'm also going to show you this new thing that we've got. So, let's look at this new thing, and I will show you the other tuna stuff later in a second. First off, Shock, you're totally right. This is exactly what I do when I'm this is exactly what I do when I'm running around doing tech breaks. And Poppy Shaney, so good to see you. Thank you so much for 32-month subscription. We are right now talking about we're talking about tuna fish. Tuna fish. And let's see here. I totally remember Charlie Tuna. Charlie the Tuna, though, he wasn't the chicken of the sea guy, was he? Because right now I've got chicken of the sea, solid white, packed in water, albacore. But I also have Genova packed in olive oil. And this one is, this is an albacore. And this Genova is a yellowfin. Both of them packed in olive oil. And so one day when I'm feeling fancy, I want to open these at the same time to see which is different. One of them is albacore and one of them's yellowfin. But this is usually what I get, which is called Safe Catch. And it's skipjack tuna. And this stuff apparently is 25 times less mercury than the FDA limit. FDA whatever. Wild caught in the Indian Ocean or Pacific Oceans. Western Pacific. I don't know where the other stuff is caught. But let's see here. Shock, you just buy what's cheap because you don't like tuna anyway. Fair enough. And let's see here. Poppy, cool. So it's his shoulder. Poppy had some surgeries and he wasn't flying during the super scary time. But his shoulder's doing better, out of the sling for a few weeks, and you have to be released. You have to be released back to flying. Got it. So he's still not up in the air yet. And, okay, so let's see here. Terry in Scotland says that Tesco tuna comes almost exclusively from Ghana. Interesting. And Rick, do you remember which ones were which brands with the pop top? Because this brand, my Genova is pop top and my Safe Catch is pop top. Do you remember who it was with the nationwide recall of the a nationwide recall of the thing? And really, Pinnell, a lot of tuna is from Canada's East Coast. Weird. I wonder. Yeah, this stuff is not, obviously, Indian Ocean and Western Pacific. I have no idea where these are from. I'll have to check. Now I'm very interested. Let's see here. Skipjack has the lowest mercury level. Albacore and yellowfin contain a bit more. Got it. And some was sold at Costco, says Rick, but I don't know the canner. All right, that's cool. I'll have to check. I don't buy a lot of stuff at Costco, so I don't buy anything at Costco, so fingers crossed it doesn't matter, but it's always good to check. And let's see here. Have you ever swam near a big tuna? They are scary, so fast and graceful, and make you feel like you do not belong in the ocean. Yeah, no, I've never seen a tuna actually in real life, not alive or dead. But I'm not surprised, because when I swam next to a sturgeon, well, it got me out of the water. It made me realize I should not be in that river right now. Or maybe ever again. Yeah. Alrighty, so let's see here. Okay, wait. Canned tuna at Costco, Trader Joe's, over botulism risk. Okay. Trader Joe's, Walmart. Oh, I think I saw that. So Trader Joe's, Walmart, Costco recalled over botulism risk. Well, I'll double check the batch dates and the brand, but I'm pretty sure this is safe because I don't buy my tuna at any of those places. So, let's see here. And Thomas the Turtle grilled tuna with cheese and buttered bread is Ono with pickles. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Seriously, one of my favorite things to get at a diner is a tuna melt sandwich, a grilled tuna melt sandwich. I don't know who decided that mayonnaise, tuna fish, and cheddar cheese tasted so great on bread, but they were right. And Thomas the Turtle, you make a mean creamed tuna with peas over rice. I've never heard of such shenanigans, and I am intrigued. First off, I mean, tell me more about this, Thomas the Turtle. Creamed tuna? I don't even know. I don't really know how to make creamed meats, be it chipped beef, I don't even know what chipped beef is. I just know that sometimes they cream it. But I like tuna. I like rice. I like peas. I like cream. I feel like I might like that. And, okay, so let's see here. The canned tuna impacted include bands like Genova, okay. HEB, Trader Joe's, and Van Camp's. Van Camp's. Honestly, I always want to say Van de Camp, but it's Van Camp's. You're right. They were sold in grocery chains, blah, blah, blah. See full recall for specific info. Okay, so these ones might be affected, it sounds like. But I've also had these a while, so I'll bet you they're not. And let's see here. Bacola tea. That was torture food for my kid, brother, and me. So, okay, so butter, flour, roux, tuna, and milk, salt, pepper, frozen green peas. Oh, okay, so yeah, so basically just literally a cream up. Oh my god. That just sounds like a really... I'm sure that Bacola tea is now just horrified that I'm about to say this, but that sounds like it could be really good. And basically, it's sort of like a tuna casserole, but instead of on noodles, it's on rice. Right? Same diff. I mean, not same diff, but diff same? Hey, C Honda, good to see you. We are currently talking about tuna. What kind of tuna we buy. Whether or not we buy it in water or oil. Water. Oil. Yeah, well, here's the deal. We're talking about food. Okay? I know. You cannot believe that we're talking about food. But we are. And it looks like eMusic might be in the house. So hey, eMusic, good to see you. And let's see here. Yeah, actually, Devin, very good question. Are you running a fever? Because if you are running a fever, that's more than a cold, and take it very seriously, especially if the fever goes down and then comes back. And then if it goes down and then comes back, that's no bueno. You need a doctor if that starts happening. That's how I ended up getting pneumonia. The fever up, down, up, down. Oh, I think I'm better. No, I'm not. I think I'm better. No, I'm not. I think I'm better. No, I'm not. So look out for that. And let's see here. Captain Tom grilled us some tuna steaks one time when I went out on the boat. They're actually good. Only time that's happened. Well, you know what, Shock? Not at all surprised, because a fresh grilled tuna steak is not anything like what you find in here. So, yeah, if you don't like this, the fresh stuff still might be an option. And Darlene, you mix up your tuna with some avocado mayo, salt, pepper, Dillard, then I put it on celery sticks. I'm assuming Dillard might mean Dijon. Did you mean Dijon mustard, maybe? I don't know what Dillard... Oh, dill pickles? Do you mean dill pickles? Or dill... What do you mean by Dillard? Because I'm sure you meant something specific. You meant just dill. Okay. Dill weed. Okay. Sounds like dill weed, dill pickle, Dijon mustard. All these things sound like they'd be good additions to what you've got. And there you go. So, and let's see here. Excuse me. Yes, food. Who knew that we would be talking about food? Who had any idea? And let's see here. Oh, here's something, though, that we could talk about that's different than food, even though it wouldn't be different than food. Anyway, hold on. Bacola tea. Mr. P put slivered almonds in his tuna sandwich. Double yuck. Well, you know what, Bacola tea? I agree with you. That sounds gross. However, I did something, I did something the other day that, quite honestly, I even am like, gross, why did you do that? What even made you think of doing that? But it was actually good, and I would do it again. My boss made some homemade sauerkraut, and the sauerkraut was really fresh and super good, and the sauerkraut was so crispy and crunchy. It was almost like coleslaw. And it was quite sweet, you know, it was lovely. It was lovely sauerkraut. And I was just eating it out of a bowl. And then I was like, God, you know, what would make this sauerkraut better? And so, I don't know. I decided to chop up a bunch of pecans. Pecans, you know, the nuts? And mix them in with the sauerkraut? Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. It was really good. Like, way better. The flavors really complemented each other. And everyone I've told this to looks at me like I've got 18 eyes and 4 heads when I say it. And they should look at me like that. But it was kind of like pecan slaw. Exactly, dude. Now, later on that evening, I thought to myself, as I was eating a dill pickle, now sauerkraut is pickled cabbage, dill pickle is pickled cucumber, and I was like, well, maybe if the pickly cabbage goes with the pecans, the pickly pickle will go with the pecans. So I ate a pecan with the pickle. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. No, no, the pickle wasn't too sweet. It was because it's a dill pickle, not a sweet pickle. It was too sour, whereas the sauerkraut was really sweet. And don't do the dill pickle with the pecan, but the pecan with the fresh sauerkraut, oddly delicious. And Andre, I have no idea what nut would go with kimchi, but honestly, my first instinct would be pecans, and then when Shock comes in with peanuts, I'd say that's a better idea. Yeah, my first instinct is pecans for the kimchi just because of the sauerkraut. But no, peanuts. Peanuts is your answer. Peanuts is obviously your answer. Peanuts. Peanuts. And Darlene coming in. There's a place here, Lulu's, that has a good Asian coleslaw salad with roasted peanuts, and it's quite yummy. Yeah, exactly. Andre coming in. Yes. Crumbled peanuts might be good. Shock. Yes. Peanuts plus kimchi. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Peanuts. We have decided. All right. Hear ye. The court of food is in session. I'm using my tuna can gavel. We have declared peanuts go with kimchi. It has been decided. Thus forth, kimchi and peanuts shall reign. There we go. All right. And, yes, the peanuts win. Exactly. The peanuts have the floor. And, let's see here. Hold on. Tom's a turtle. Don't park under a pecan tree. That stuff will stain your car with black spots. Oh, well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Another pro tip is don't park your car under a coconut tree that has coconuts, because the coconuts will leave holes in your windshield. And let's see here. With all your culinary experience, you might just survive the next week without Mr. Chocolat. Nah. And let's see here. Okay, so Picola Tea just came in. Okay, I'm inspired. Kimchi cream cheese dip with chopped peanuts. Okay, yes, but Picola Tea, my question for you is, what kind of chip would you serve with that? I want to go with some kind of flavored rice cracker, but I'm also thinking, I had it, but now I lost it. I'm thinking a hearty blue corn tortilla would work too. And Pinnell coming in with the reality that acorns are also bad for cars. Fair enough. And let's see what we got here. Would you rather reincarnate as a cornstalk or a pecan tree? Ah, well, it's better to have your ears pulled than to have your nuts beaten off with a stick. I said it, Shock. I said it. And Shock, no, I don't think so. I think that if there was enough kimchi liquid and the kimchi was cut into tiny enough pieces, it could be acceptable. And Thomas the Turtle, don't park under a banyan tree at night on Oahu. The geckos will cover it in gecko poop. Oh, that is funny. And let's see here. And then Darlene coming in under a pine tree, not so good either. You'll have sticky sap on your car everywhere. actually, you guys, this is something that I have to deal with every single day. So I have, unlike most of you guys, I have electricity in my house, right? So I have electricity in my house. And it comes in wires. Oh my God, can you believe that? On wires. It comes in wires from the pole to my house. But it just so happens that wire, pretty much no matter where I park in my driveway, kind of like is above where my car is. And so that wire is where a lot of birds hang out. And so if you park underneath an electric wire, at least in my driveway, I guarantee you will need to clean your windshield. Some days more than others. Sometimes it's just tree sap from the pine tree that's next to the wire. Most times it's not, though. And crows, just so you know, crows, they're kind of big birds. And I don't think I have to explain to you what big birds mean. You know, big birds mean big. Big birds mean they eat big berries. And you always know when they've eaten a big berry. Well, let me tell ya. All right, so before we go to our Lono listening break, and by the way, Puzzycat, I hope you're here. And I hope that Kylo's here too, because this is for you. But before we do that, I'm going to do something. I'm going to torture a kitty. Owie! Owie! I'm going to torture a kitty, and she just scratched my neck. But that's okay, because I've got her. And she's letting me torture her for a minute. Alright, that was, ow, gosh dang it. That was Ashes. So, nope, that was Ashes, not Dusty. Oh, gosh dang. That was the little girl. And then let's see here. Do birds actually roost on electric wires because those wires are warm, or just because they're places to sit in the city? I don't know, Piccolo-T. That's a good question. Let's see here. Devin, if you ever get sap on your windshield, 91% rubbing alcohol will take it off with scrubbing, or straight razor works too. Nice, nice. Good to know. Very good to know. Alrighty. So, Oakley dokley, you guys. And hold on. See, Honda, consistently I get bee poop. We're on their route to their hive. What? How do you... Okay, you guys, we're putting Lono listening break on a little bit of a hold for a second. I have never seen or heard of bee poop. I understand that it's logical. Bees poop. Of course, there we go. I've never... How do you know it's bee poop? How do you know it's bee poop? What on earth? I'm gonna have to... I'm not arguing. I'm not like, how do you know it's bee poop? I don't think it's bee poop. I don't know nothing. I'm like, I am absolutely... What? They're little yellow dots. Oh, I'm gonna look this up. Oh my god. And it's... bee blah blah is the stuff they use for pulling wire. It's a yellowish gelatinous liquid lube. Wait, what? How do you know there's how do you know there's no bee poop in your honey? Because the honey is bee vomit. And you know, and it's a general rule, Terry, you're never gonna vomit where you poop. So it looks like little pollen. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? All right, interesting. And now we're closing out the bird on a wire topic with Andre coming in. While some people may believe birds sit on electric wires because of the slight heat they emit, the primary reason is that when perched on a single wire, their feet are at the same electrical potential, meaning no current flows through their bodies, making it safe for them to sit there. They essentially use the wires as a convenient perch, with good visibility for hunting or observing predators, not for warmth. That makes sense. And then also coming in with bee poop. Bee poop, also known as frass, is yellow, pasty, and usually odorless. It's made up of pollen, fat, and grains, and uric acid mixed with feces. Appearance, bee poop is similar to watered-down pollen queen bees produce, Yellowish-brown feces for the first 3 weeks after life. Mature queen bees produce more transparent, solid feces with dark pieces. Wow. I've known a lot about bees. I've got like over 20 bees tattooed on my body. My mom's name was Bee. I am a proponent of bees, and I knew nothing of the... It never occurred to me that bees pooped. Till right now. Exactly. Bees sassafras. You got it, Picola T. Well, shoot, gosh darn, heck fork. I had no idea. All right, then. There we go. And on that note, I guess, we're going to go chase some rocks across the island of Molokai.
E hele pohaku, the traveling rocks of Molokai. Okay, sustain. Okay, Mo Mike. Key of A if you got him. Kaulana o Molokai ia hele pohaku mai waila vava uluvehe Hana mene huni ke ia pola Haoli mene huni e mai a me ai One by one E hele pohaku to the other side E hele pohaku one by one E hele pohaku to the other side Pa 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 pohaku to the other side Kaulana o Molokai ia hele pohaku Mai waila ua vava uluvehe Hana mene huni ke ia pola Haoli mene huni e mai a me ai One by one E hele pohaku to the other side E hele pohaku one by one E hele pohaku to the other side Pa 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 pohaku to the other side Luna o mauna I ke mapule uma ke kai ku home Ili ili o pai ka hale ko inoa Hele aku ka ko e pohaku o wailau One by one Hele pohaku to the other side Hele pohaku one by one Hele pohaku to the other side Pa 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 pohaku to the other side Hele iluna o mauna I ke mapule uma ke kai ku home Ili ili o pai ka hale ko inoa Hele aku ka ko e pohaku o wailau One by one Hele pohaku to the other side Hele pohaku one by one Hele pohaku to the other side Pa 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 pohaku to the other side Ia mai ana kapuana Molokai ka homea hele pohaku One by one Hele pohaku to the other side Hele pohaku one by one Hele pohaku to the other side Pa 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 pohaku to the other Let's go, Beriunie! Ia mai ana kapuana Molokai I ka ome I hele pohaku One by one haku to the other side. E hele po haku one by one. E hele po haku to the other side. Pa 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 po haku to the other side. Traveling Rocks of Molokai. E hele po haku.
Hey, Lady Tie-Dye, good to see you. What great timing. Yes, from your Lono music folder to Lono's smiling face for a hele po haku. That is right. All right, so, Lady Tie-Dye, you missed it. We were talking about tuna fish, and then we're talking about bees. And did you know that bees poop? So we start talking about bee poop. I had no idea that bees poop. Yeah, very strange. But what do you know? Bees poop. And yeah, Pocola Tea coming in with, I tried Civet Coffee up in Thailand. Didn't particularly like it better than Kona, and it was cruel to see all the civets being force fed. The coffee beans, you know, I actually never thought about how that coffee, what that coffee is called. I can't remember. Kappa Walker, Kaura, whatever. I never thought how they make that. Like, I always thought, honestly, I totally thought that they collected the poop in the wild. I don't know why my naive little brain assumed that would be the case, but I really thought that that's how that coffee was made, through wild harvested poos, not caged up civets. Of course. Now I feel silly. Now I feel a little bit silly. And yes, and doodly, Lady Tie-Dye, we did mention that honey is technically just bee vomit. Kopi Luwak, that's what the name of the coffee is. I knew it had a K in it. I just couldn't remember what it was called. Yeah, the Kopi Luwak, or however it is. I truly thought that they collected the poos in the wild. Yep. And for those of you who don't really know what I'm talking about, there's a type of coffee where the bean has to be eaten through the civet first and then pooed out, and then they presumably clean the beans and then roast them and make them into super yummy coffee that's the best in the world, the smoothest coffee in the world. But I don't know, and Pocola Tea definitely does not think that is the case. And Thomas, who picks the coffee beans out of the civet poo? I don't know. I mean, I can only assume. I mean, first off, I can only hope and assume that nobody has to pick it out. They're washed out, I'm assuming. I would hope. I don't know. I don't know. Like, and the fact that they're all caged up just makes it even worse. Yeah, I just don't. I didn't really think we were going to be so obsessed. I didn't. Yeah, so let's see here. We're really stuck on the poo topic, aren't we? We're very potty-mouthed today. And Thomas the Turtle, Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee is the best coffee. Yeah, they sell it as though it is. I don't know. I don't believe that there is the best coffee in the world, because first off, everybody's idea of what the best coffee is a little bit different, and I also think that different years are going to produce different strengths and there's good harvest and bad harvest. Just like with wine, there's good years and bad years. And so, I mean, I'm not arguing that Blue Mountain isn't one of the best, but, it's like, I don't know, it's one of the best, but it can't possibly be the best. Then again, I've never had it, so I do not know what I'm talking about. But what I do know is I had, some of the best coffee in my world that I've ever had in my life, and I still think of it to this day. And it was just a simple medium roast Colombian. This medium roast Colombian was the it was the coffee of my dreams, and it wasn't just me. Like, people in roller derby, because this was down in San Francisco during a championship tournament people had traveled to, and so the Seattle contingent that I went down with, we all had coffee at this coffee stand, and all of us still, to this day, when we're talking about good coffee experiences, it's just like, oh, do you remember that coffee in San Francisco? I mean, we all are just like, this was the prime. And Pinnell, I think I signed a petition against Civet Coffee. They talked of its cruelty. Well, for sure, Pinnell, it sort of reminds me of the pate, force feeding the ducks to get the liver all fattened up for the pate. It's like, that's just patently cruel. That's just not okay. And Pocola Tea, Colombian coffee is your favorite. Sorry, Kona. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And let's see here. Your Aikido Sensei says the only good coffee he's ever had was a straight up Colombian. He was in Colombia at the time. Foie gras. That's not pate. It's the foie gras. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Okay, so you guys, so my mid-roast Colombian actually, like, sounds like a lot of people are of the agreement that, like, Juan Valdez and his donkey in Colombia pick a mighty fine bean as far as I'm concerned. And let's see here. Man, people from Seattle saying the best coffee they got was San Francisco. Have they pulled my Seattle card? No, Andre, they have not pulled my Seattle card, and here's why they have not pulled my Seattle card. I will revoke anybody who pulls my Seattle card if they say that Starbucks is the gold standard that Seattleites are supposed to move coffee to, because Starbucks is some of the crummiest coffee I've ever had in my life. They double roast. That's right. They roast it until it's a double pop. Most people consider that a burnt, throw-away batch of coffee. You never want to double crack your flippin' flirpin' beans. That's Starbucks baseline. That's why they had to come out with a blonde roast, because then they realized, oh wait, people who actually drink coffee and like different flavors of coffee might not want their coffee burnt to a flippin' crisp before they drink it. Yeah, no. Starbucks coffee sucks. Pocola Tea, thank you. Starbucks is burned poo. Yeah, so, what gets my Seattle coffee card back is calling out the crappy Seattle coffee we have here in Seattle. And, Thomas, your daily go-to coffee is Starbucks Sumatran. I am all about, if I have to go to Starbucks, it's a blonde roast or nothing, basically. And Shakalak, they should just feed the geese Cheetos and potato chips so they get fatty liver. We do it to ourselves without being force-fed, so why not? And let's see here. Doe Egberts, I don't know how to say that. Pure Indulgence Dark Roasted Coffee from the Netherlands. That's my brand. And let's see here. Call back on poo. Right, exactly. We've got a call back on the poop. And let's see here. And you buy them in the K-cups, easy peasy. Right. Pocola Tea, this is a no crap stream, or well, you know. And let's see here. Check out the website. The SAC show is apparently not going to be in Sacramento. Okay, I have not checked up on the website. So what I'm babbling about right now, Andy Bumatai is going to be making it to the West Coast for a couple shows in April. April is the worst time possible. In fact, it's like, oh, Andy, I see you didn't want me to come. I see you didn't want me to come to your shows because the timing of the shows couldn't really be worse, you know? I really, really want to go, but I really, really don't see how I'm going to be able to. And so, yeah, Shock, you were all habut that they put it right before tax day? Yeah, I wasn't or anything. Yeah, trust me on that one. And so, so let's see here. So there's one in San Francisco, one in Concord, and one in Hayward. Is that what it is? Or is it just Concord and Hayward? I'll check it out, I guess. But I'm still dreaming about going to the show. So, no San Francisco as far as you know. Okay. Well, that's sort of good to know, I guess. I'm trying to what I'm trying to figure out is what airport to fly into. That's the most convenient. Okay, so there is a third show that's not canceled as far as you know, but it won't be in Sacramento. Okay, so I probably won't be flying into Sacramento then. Okay. So it's probably more like San Francisco, Oakland, or San Jose. Got it. Yeah, Andre, Oakland. Yeah, Oakland is what I'm thinking might, okay, I was thinking Oakland or San Jose, but Lady Tie-Dye's like, San Jose, then I can pick you up. And it's like, okay, well, I like that answer. And Mama Sean, I just turned down the background music a little bit, Mama Sean. I hope that, that was noticeable and helpful. And let's see here. The Tassimo uses TDIX with a barcode that the Tassimo reads to tailor the brew. Interesting. And then, hold on, wait. You were saying you just cleaned the Bosch Tassimo to make Javalia espresso tomorrow. I think you said you were making tiramisu. And let's see here. Oakland's on the same side as Concord and Hayward. Right, for sure, Andre, but if I don't have to rent a car, then, and someone's come to pick me up, I'm going to go to the airport where they're going to come pick me up. And Picola T, our oldest doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs, but he's a total coffee freak. Last time he visited, he brought a travel espresso grinder and brewing kit unit. It looked like pieces to build a space satellite. That is so funny. What? There's no backroom music now at all? Oh, the music is too faint now. Okay. I just turned it up. Should I turn it up more? I really need to figure out how to use headphones. But the problem is, I don't know how to use the headphones. That's the problem. I don't know how to use headphones. And Picola T, okay, Terry, that's fine. Perfect volume. Whew. Alrighty, so, now that we've gotten the volume organized, why don't we not need to use it and go talk about this thing, right? So apparently there's a problem in the world of surfing, you guys. It's not even in the world of surfing, it's in the world of fashion, I guess. Surf-based clothing is no longer popular. Clothing lines and clothing stores in Hawaii that are surfer based are no longer they're going out of business. And yeah, surfing and fashion, absolutely, dude. Trust me, surf gear has played a huge role in contemporary fashion since at least the 1980s, and I have proof of that. But for now, we're going to go take a look at what the newscaster, Local Motion being definitely one of them, Thomas the Turtle. But here, let's go check out what the Hawaii News, has to say, because let me just tell you right now, this is actually a newsworthy topic.
Could be the end of an era for surf and skate-inspired clothing brands, including Billabong, Quicksilver, Volcom, and more. They're all expected to close their stores perhaps in the next coming month or two. This after their owner Liberated Brands filed for bankruptcy. Hawaii locations are already holding clearance sales. Bryce Moore reports.
Retail experts say there have been many closures since the pandemic, but shuttering surfwear stores hits especially hard in the islands.
We wear shorts all year round. We wear slippers all year round. On winter like it is today, we may wear socks with our slippers. You know, it's one less choice that Hawaii has to go to.
Ruka, Roxy, Billabong, Quicksilver, and Volcom are several affected brands. Their shops are 10 to 30% off, while online sales are 60% off. The owner of Blue Planet Surf leases his Haleiwa store to Volcom and is going to have to hang loose until things get worked out in bankruptcy court.
Part of the deal we had was that they would basically buy out the store and pay it off over time as a percentage of their rent. You know, the payments due once a year. So I just sent them the invoice in January and then found out soon after that, you know, the whole thing's falling apart.
Now, a closing date for the storefronts hasn't been made public yet, though announcements on each of the brand's websites tells customers that they have until February 16th to use any company gift cards they have remaining.
You know, if you have a gift card laying around or you got one for the holiday season, go and spend it now.
And just like swells, fashion trends come and go. Blue Planet's owner says authenticity is in style.
I think there's definitely some openings for, for new brands to take that market share, you know. Quicksilver, Billabong, Ruka, Volcom, those are all brands that were started like by hardcore surfers, and now they're just like, it's just the licensing is just going from one corporate entity to another.
Liberated Brands confirmed over 100 stores are closing nationwide, but said in part through a statement, Liberated's plans for its Hawaii stores are in flux at this time. We are continuing to evaluate our options for a buyer going forward. Bryce Moore, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Hold on. So, Verity, those are newer brands, are they not? I'm not sure what brands you're referring to. Maybe Volcom might be newer, but Billabong, Roxy, Locomotion, Quicksilver, those have been around since the 80s. And I know that these brands have been around since the 80s because, right, your son lives in all those. Right, exactly. And Pacola T, locals in Hawaii, going to have to resort to Lava Lava if no more shorts. That's exactly it. And I've got to tell you guys, the surf gear situation has been going on for a very, very, very long time. I don't know if you are familiar with what am I talking about? With the brand called Gotcha. But Gotcha is a surf gear brand that's been around since at least the mid 80s. This is what their logo looks like on the right. The white thing with the gotcha and the little fish with the flag. That was one of their original logos. And on the left-hand side, that right there where it says Gotcha Covered 1989, and then it's got this thing that looks like a, I don't know, is it a Trojan that's surfing, that's all 1989 style, holding a flag like that other flag and whatever. Yeah, that's my 1989 yearbook cover. Our yearbook cover stole the Gotcha logo. That's how popular Gotcha was in that year. And in fact, this particular yearbook with the cover that it had was the fastest sellout yearbook ever in our history. Once the cover was revealed, everyone wanted to have Gotcha. Now, Gotcha is still, you never heard of Gotcha until now? Yeah, it's been around. Gotcha still exists. This is Gotcha's website right now. Their logo has changed a little bit. In the upper left-hand corner, the Gotcha part's changed. But if you go to the lower right-hand corner, you'll see that logo, that emblem, still exists. And as a little bonus, because this, y'all, right here, that was my yearbook, right? Yeah, and Vans has been around, yeah, you know, since what? 1982, 83. And Vans, though, is also not just a surf wear, they're also skater gear. So I don't think that Vans are gonna go out of business anytime soon. Because they focus a lot on the skatewear stuff as well, and one of the things that Vans does really well that the skaters like is the grip on the sole of their shoe is incredibly grippy, and skateboarders really enjoy the grip that the Vans shoes have. Now, Vans, their grip is so grippy that they actually make a cell phone. They make a cell phone holder out of their grip, the sole of their shoes. And my friend Chad, who's a skateboarder, snowboarder, roller derby guy, he left his cell phone on the rim of the truck. He has a truck. The bed of the truck. The rim of the bed of his truck. He left his cell phone on it. And he drove over 70 miles an hour on the freeway for probably 20 plus miles from his job site to my house. And then he was looking for his phone, and we eventually found it on the bed of his truck. And that grip, his phone didn't move the whole time. That shoe held on, that rubber from the sole of the shoe, or aka the cell phone case, gripped that truck the entire time. So who knew? And interesting, Lady Tie-Dye, Vans have been around since the 60s. I didn't realize that. I always thought for some reason that Vans, and I should have known that this was not the case. When Vans came out with their checkerboard shoe, that's when I thought that they started. But it sounds like Vans has been around much longer than just the checkerboard shoe. But yeah, Vans though, my point is, while the surf and skate cultures do weave together, Vans is very skate culture oriented, not just surf culture. So I wouldn't be surprised if Vans isn't necessarily going to go down with this set of stores. And so, let's see here. Shock, I had a pair of turquoise zebra stripe Vans my boss thought were a bit casual. Well, maybe, but at least you had good grip. And, let's see here. And Vans, actually, they make boots now. That's kind of cool. I had no idea. Verity, Vans were part of your gym uniform. Interesting. And Shock, you wanted the Spider-Man ones, but they didn't come in your size. Would your boss have thought that the Spider-Man ones were a little more work appropriate? And let's see here. And Darlene says, yeah, you've heard besides good grip, they're comfortable shoes as well. Yeah, I think that, I've never worn Vans, but everyone that I know who wears them is a huge fan, without a doubt. And those companies are going down because one corporation bought them all. Yeah, I guess that's, I don't really know, the root of it, but yeah, it is because that one corporation does own all those labels. If they go down, all those labels go down. I do hope though that they do something with, I do though hope that they are able to do something to fill in the Hawaiian market, because the reality is those stores are needed in Hawaii. You know, I mean, like, locals need a good place to buy a lot of nice looking good shorts and surf shorts and slippers, rubber slippers. I was really bummed when I heard that they were all, you know, disappearing basically. And exactly, Darlene, in Hawaii, nice shorts are needed, precisely. And Verity, I think that now this I feel fairly confident on. I think what exploded Vans into the national scene that they were was Fast Times at Ridgemont High, where you know, Spicoli's beating his head with the checkerboard pattern that was just coming out at that time. And I happen to know that the checkerboard pattern was just coming out at that time because the shoe that Spicoli was beating his head with, they hadn't finished making them yet. And so an actual person on the set had to color in and hand draw the checkerboard. And yeah, exactly. The checkerboard slip-ons is what made them, totally. And let's see here. Terry, Vans, originally called the Van Doren Rubber Company. Fair enough. They're rubber, good grip. Is an American apparel, accessories, and skateboarding shoes brand established in Anaheim and owned by VF Corporation. The company also sponsors surf, snowboarding, BMX, and motocross teams. From 96 to 2019 and in 2025, the brand was the primary sponsor for the annual Warped Tour Music Festival. Exactly, that does make sense. And Picola T, it'll be a sad day when our single source of board shorts and rubber slippers is Costco. Exactly. Please tell me that will never happen. And let's see here. We used to get white Vans when I was a kid in the 60s when they came out, and our mom actually let my sister and I paint them. Oh, right. There you go. Well, that could explain maybe how So, Lady Tida, okay, you're the font of Vans knowledge here. History. Was it popular for kids or adult people to customize their Vans in such a way like you and your sister did? Was it popular for them to be drawn on, be painted on? Because I wonder if that's what happened with the checkerboard. Is somebody drew on the checkerboard and Vans was like, that's a really good idea, we're stealing that. You know, I'm just curious, like, I'm guessing that you and your sister weren't the only ones that did that, right? Or were you? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You're very artistic. So, and let's see here. Lady Tida, you seem to recall one could actually request specific personalized materials. Okay, so somebody could have requested... Oh. Okay. And Andre, when I went to high school, everybody wrote on their Vans. Yeah, everybody wrote on their Converse. Yeah, not a lot of people wrote on their Vans, but everybody wrote on their Converse. So yeah, writing on shoes is definitely not an unusual thing. I used to draw on my Converse all the time. And Paul Van Doren, his brother James, and Gordon Seeley opened the first Vans store as the Van Doren Rubber Company in 1966 on East Broadway in Anaheim. The business manufactured shoes and sold them directly to the public. Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay, so he manufactured shoes and sold them directly to the public. Brilliant. And so that's why you could request your materials. Upon opening, 12 customers purchased Van Dyck shoes, now called Authentic, similar to those manufactured by Keds, but with a thicker sole. Right. Okay. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Keds actually, I never liked Keds. They never fit Keds were too narrow. They never fit my foot right. And Keds, their sole is really thin. I don't like a thin sole. I don't like a lot of cushioning in my sole either, but I don't like the thin sole. I was never a fan of Keds. I tried to wear Keds, but it just didn't work. And it looks like Devin is trying to say goodnight. It's just too much. I'm sick and I have to go. So I'm glad that you were able to hang out for just a minute, Devin. Very stoked that you were here for us for a minute, and get better. Hopefully no fevers. Drink lots of fluids. Maybe eat some soups. That's right, soups and sandwiches. And let's see here. Verity writing on the bottom of wedding shoes. And let's see here, Terry in Scotland. The store had display models of 3 styles of shoes priced between $2.49 and $4.99. Oh, God, wow. But didn't have any inventory ready to sell. And Paul Van Doren did not have change to give customers. Customers took their shoes home and came back the next day to pay. That is so funny. And let's see here. All right, good. A chicken soup IV is in the future for Devin. Hot and sour soup was Andre's cure yesterday. That hot and sour soup actually sounds like that would be a good one. For certain. All right, so let's see here. We've got soupy soups and we've got shoes. What else do we need to talk about today? Let's see here. Pinnell, I can't remember the brand of sneakers I had as a kid. Whatever was cheapest, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Nikes. I had a lot of Nikes when I was growing up. Yeah. And just don't mistake the honey and hot water for that other bee stuff. That's right. That is right. But yeah, get some honey in there. I'm not a big fan of honey normally, but when I am sick, you better believe it. Honey is my friend. And Keds was yours there, Thomas. And Andre, Converse All-Stars looked good but hurt my feet. Yep, me too. I didn't like my Converse All-Stars. They were actually the Converse All-Star high tops I didn't like. Later on when I found the Converse low tops, those I didn't mind. For some reason those didn't bug my feet as much as the high tops, but there's something about the high tops that just did not make my feet happy at all. And Darlene, I like my Skechers now. Nice fitting and good padding. Honestly, Darlene, some of my favorite shoes have been Skechers shoes. And I know that Skechers is just definitely like not a high-end brand at all, but I'm a big fan of Skechers. And honestly, to tell you the truth, you can call me a dad or a mom all you want. I actually don't mind my New Balance either. Yeah, that's right, I said it. New Balance. Yeah, that's right, New Balance. Could I be more suburban white mom? No. Maybe. I have a Subaru though, not a minivan, but yeah. Either way, New Balance. New Balance. I want to try Hoka, but I don't have enough money for Hoka right now. But Hoka is on my next tennis shoe brand. And Verity Hunt, no shoes all summer. September came and we all had to squeeze our Fred Flintstone feet back into shoes. Yep. Well, no, Darlene, New Balance, yeah, if they fit comfortably, who cares about the brand? Absolutely. It's just that New Balance are like quite literally the epitome of like old grandpa shoes. Let me just put it this way. My dad wore New Balance shoes, all right? And Mama Sean, by the way, Shock, I see the 2-minute warning. 3-minute warning from Shock, 2-minute warning from Pussycat. I see y'all. Mama Sean, saddle shoes, Mary Jane's, and red Keds were it as a kid. The only all-white Nike round toe, then only all-white round toe tennis shoes. Now Birkenstocks only. I can't wear Birkenstocks. Their inner arch thing, or what is it, the instep, is in the wrong place for my foot. I just can't. I can't do Birkenstocks. They hurt my foots. They hurt my feetsies. And you found Skechers uncomfortable, ended up with ones from Payless. It's so weird, Pinnell, sometimes though how that works. You know, everybody's foot is a little bit different. And according to so many people, Birkenstocks are the best supportive, most comfortable, blah, blah, blah. I can't wear them for more than a few hours. They kill my feet. They hurt so bad. And it has nothing to do with with the cork or the hardness. It's everything to do with the bumps, the support bumps, as it were. And all right, so everybody's saying stop. So, Luau Feet here, 4x4, says Pacola T. And Lady Tie-Dye, your kid feet sucked as little kids, other than one set of Vans. Had those little brown hard leather shoes, good for kickball and climbing fences and kicking boys. Oh, well, there you go. All right, you guys, it is 1 minute until the bottom of the hour. So I want to thank everybody for running that hype train at the very beginning. What a wonderful way to start the day. And I want to thank everybody for hanging out as much as they could, as long as they could, talking about topics that maybe we shouldn't have talked about, but everybody hung in there. So we will hopefully see each other on Saturday, 6 p.m. West Coast time, Map Statter. That's right, Map Statter on Twitch, Map Statter. And it is going to be The Fire Within is the movie we'll be watching. It's a movie about a lady boxer who's super badass, and she wins all sorts of Olympic boxing, like back in the day. So that is the plan. I hope to see y'all here on, or not here, but there, 6 p.m. West Coast time Saturday. And if I don't see you on Saturday, we'll hopefully see each other on Sunday, 5 p.m. West Coast time, right about where we are here. All right, there we go. It is The Fire Inside. That is it. All right, hasta la pasta. As Lady Tie-Dye said, good to see y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out.